This is Jamie, Sherry, Ken, Summer, and Brady. 2 years ago, Summer and Jamie planned an epic trip to hike the Tour Du Mount Blanc, an amazing 170-kilometer trek through Switzerland, Italy, and France. But just before they left, tragedy struck.
Their father, my grandfather, passed away the day before we left.
With his passing, new life breathed into the journey.
We have a dad that's kind of a maverick and does things out of the box and very interesting that way, and I think he would have been really proud.
It's not only what he would have wanted, he'd been dang ticked. He'd considered not going because of him for any reason. I don't think I've wrapped my head around his death or even my relationship with him very well. And so I'm looking forward, I'm expecting some good experiences in that.
And it was complicated.
Yeah, it was complicated. It was a complicated relationship.
Yeah, for all of us, I think.
All of us, yeah.
And so the adventure goes on. This is day 1 of Tour Du Mount Blanc.
Leaving town, up on that mountain ahead of us there's a tram. We have an option on this first day to take that tram to the top. So we're going to take the easy route today, but it still has a lot of elevation change in it.
What's going on here?
Just waiting for the tram.
Where's the tram going to take you?
Departing from Les Ouches and opting for the Bellevue gondola will save them nearly 800 meters of ascent. Stepping out of the gondola, the travelers are treated to their first views from atop the French Alps. Anxious to begin, they start their nearly 12-kilometer journey towards Les Contamines.
Then I see pictures of the Swiss Alps. This is what you kind of see and imagine. Huge mountains with these grassy meadows and houses and villages below. And then if you can hear the cowbells.
So we started right here, then this blue dot shows where we're at, then the end of this red line is where we're gonna go, so we're almost halfway already.
Well, you know what's so cool about this is that when I've hiked before, this is the first time I really used it, and it feels way safer to have an app where I know exactly where I am because I'm a little bit directionally challenged.
I get lost a lot.
And you and Jamie are the ones we're following.
Yeah.
We're all lucky. Yeah. 3 women.
Almost halfway now, the backpackers make their way to the summit at Col de Tricot.
Okay, this is something I've been dying to do. Hold on.
Hills are alive.
Yeah.
That's so easy today. Hills are alive.
Day 1's journey offers a variety of amazing landscapes, through lush forests, around quaint villages, and over glacial rivers.
Crossing.
And how do we do?
Nobody fell in.
Look at those lovely ladies. They are so tough.
Lovely
And they're all related to me. I've inspired them all. Well, maybe they all inspired me. I remember once years ago, I took my family, my wife and 5 of our children and a friend of one of our daughters. We went to Belize for a 2-week trip. And we were renting a van and just drove across the country and just stopped in different places. Had a great experience, but we'd been on the trip for 2 days and I was getting a little bit testy and I thought, 2 weeks, man, I don't know, oops, tripped. I don't know if I can handle that. 2 weeks with these people, and now today is like, this is so good, this is so much fun. But my thought is, after 12 days of this, am I gonna still like these people? Are they gonna still like me? Am I gonna be so ready to be over with it? But I think, you know, that's why we go to bed at night. We eat, we get up the next day, good night's sleep, and we're ready to go for day 2. Take it one day at a time. I don't know, I'll see. But I have my concerns with a lot of days. See what happens.
That little bit was.
That was hard, huh?
The first hard part.
That was the first hard part. We want a little breather.
Yeah, maybe.
We're getting close
This is my prediction.
to our first town, first stop where we're resting for the night. Jamie's having some problem with her knee, a little concerned, but it's the downhill. We've had a lot of downhill today, and same thing for me. That downhill is just hard. It's hard on your legs, hard on your body.
After 4 hours and nearly 300 meters of ascent and nearly 1,000 of descent, they arrive in Lake Contamine.
How do your feet feel, Summer?
Like very glacial water.
Does it feel good?
It hurts so good. It hurts so good. I wanted to rub my legs in.
I did it right over there.
I can't feel my feet.
Just get over there and put my legs and knees into the water.
Oh,
Does that feel good?
so good. Ah, that's so good. Yeah.
Look at Jamie. What do you think? She's rolling them up. Just find a rock and lean on it.
Tonight we are in Lake Contamine, and we left Lake Fouche this morning. We went, well, how many miles did we do?
12 miles.
12 miles, mostly downhill. We only had about 1,000 meter elevation gain today. So it was good. It was a good warm-up day. It was good to kind of see the countryside. We went through a lot of villages. We went through a lot of meadows. We went through a lot of forest. It was very beautiful. It was very beautiful. The cowbells ringing as the cows went by, and the church bells ringing, and smelled good. I mean, you can tell why the food from these regions is so famous, because it's just so lush and so green, and you know, the animals, the cows and the sheep, will have soft grass to eat. So you know, so you can see why the milk is good and the produce grows well, and it just smelled delicious, and it was beautiful. It was really beautiful.
What I thought was interesting is the river. The color of the water in the river is the color of glaciers. It's kind of a light turquoise with a silvery color to it. It's really hard to define, but it's fascinating, the color of the water that's running out of the glaciers here. So that was interesting. The other thing I thought was interesting is that we're getting a little more organized. And we have discovered that Brady, who is probably the most agile and easiest to do the walking, is really good navigating us. And so we can have a leader that's following the maps. And he's a 15-year-old. And I really like that, because the rest of us can focus on our poles and what we're doing. And then we have this young man who is really good at taking charge of directions and routes and which way we need to turn or where we need to go. And he's good at it.
Tomorrow we have to cross over the mountain pass, so tomorrow's going to be a hard day. But then we just kind of skirt around it. But there's a lot more, this side anyway, it's a lot more developed than I thought it would be. We walked a lot of roads today and through a lot of villages, a lot of people. Maybe not a ton of people, but still a lot more than I thought there would be. Very few just trails. But I think that'll change tomorrow. I don't think that we're going to be on the roads like we were today. But beautiful area. I just enjoyed it. I love just walking and looking, and you can come around a bend or come over a hill and then get this whole new view. It was just spectacular.
How do you feel tonight?
Tired.
I thought you would say that.
One thing that was Kim was talking, I remember the first time, we did have roads. They weren't like real like highways or anything, just little roads through villages or whatever. But I was so startled the first time a car passed us. I thought, why is that car doing it there? We had a couple others that passed us, so that's sort of a surprise to me. But the French countryside here is so beautiful. I mean, the Alps are beautiful, obviously, but just the hillsides, steep, green, people living on them, and just beautifully nice kept homes. And so it's just interesting to see people living up here and just living in the Alps and on these, I assume, very snowy in the winter, hillsides, villages and stuff. So that was really interesting to me. And my body feels good. I feel healthy. I'm feeling really good about that.
Do you want to say anything about how you're feeling about the loss of your dad while you're here?
I was thinking, really weirdly enough, I was thinking I should be thinking more about it. But I just feel really a lot of peace about Dad dying, and everything just feels right. I mean, I feel like I'm where I'm supposed to be, and it's just all okay. So I didn't really think that much about that today. I was surprised. I thought that I would, but that still may come before the week's up.
We are doing well. Everyone is happy. We're getting along really good. The scenery today, though, was probably the most outstanding thing of the day. It was gorgeous. So we're happy to be here in the French Alps. Happy to be reporting success on day 1.
The journey continues, and with their toughest days ahead, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications to follow the rest of their journey on the Tour Du Mount Blanc.